another Ducati episode, and I thought I might treat you all to another cardigan today. You know, it's amazing how many people actually comment on these cardies over the bikes. I might even start for the bold cardi range. What do you think? Anyway, it is super cold in here, which is why I've got fingerless gloves, because I can still have my fingers out to do things, pincer at things. But yes, it is freezing. This video, this is a Ducati Ghost, the Monster 600, which I'm codenaming Ghost. The engine is down here. Now you may have seen in one of the previous episodes that I actually assembled the bike back together. Well, it's back to pieces again because of one little issue. I won't go too much into it, but it involves a helicoil that I didn't know someone put in, and I might make an episode of it. It's something I really don't want to bore you with, but again, it's part of the process. So there might be an episode on it, who knows. More specifically, this episode is about the actual fabrication of the carbon fibre body. You all know the process of where I've been and where it's up to. We had that clay, well first of all we got that foam shape, then we cladded it with clay, got the shape perfect, then made a mould of it, a split mould, got a fiberglass prototype from that split mould, then we covered it in filler and just got it exactly how we want it, nice and smooth. This episode is the next step out of that. I was hoping to present a lot more to you in this video than I actually have, but as you can see, it's freezing. A lot of you may have been following my other videos where I've been continuously monitoring the temperature in this workshop. It is now, it's not bad, it's 4 degrees. The workshop needs to be minimum of 10 degrees for anything to set. So I've not been able to get to the stage of actually creating a split mould, but hopefully I will encapsulate the split mould and the carbon fibre video in one, so you don't have to wait that long for it. Next week it looks like it's going to be 10 degrees. That's pretty much the height of summer in the UK. So that means that I can get the workshop a lot warmer than that. Now, how much I heat it, it just doesn't want to heat up. This video is purely to give you an update of where we're up to, what we've been doing, and a lot as well. So we have that plug to start off with. We need to coat that, smooth it down, give it that ultra mirror finish so that we can create a proper split mold, cover that in wax, and then put that divider down there. So we did have the initial split moulding out of polycarbonate sheet that we had before, shaped that to fit, and then that'll prep us up ready for next week when it does get to the right temperature. We can create all these split mouldings and more importantly get the carbon fibre done, which is the most exciting part. Once that is done, the bike, the engine, everything can then be put back up on the ramp, or we can build it and actually get the colours and everything. We can start looking at how all these little trimmings fit, all the CNC bits, all the 3D printed bits and everything. So that's it from today's video. Enjoy. So what I'm going to do is I've propped up this tank on here. Give this 2 coats of gel coat now. As I mentioned before, I do have the headlight fairing and the main fairing over there. I'll see if I've got any leftover resin or gel coat. If I do, then I'll do that as well. If not, I just want to do one at the time being. It's cold in here, but at the same time, I'm not sure how quickly this gel coat dries. I know it dries really slowly when you mix in pigment on it. Without pigment, I'm not too sure. It might actually dry quicker. So I just want to try this one first. I'm not in any rush either, so let's try one. And day 2. This is the second day of doing the whole split mold thing, and it's late at night again. What time is it? Okay, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm out here now. It's freezing. It's 1.5 degrees centigrade outside. The gel coat is taking a lot longer to dry, or a lot longer to cure I should say, than it should usually do, because I think the optimum temperature is anything above 12 degrees. I have got a little fan just in the corner down there, just to try and get the room a bit warmer. It's fine to touch, it's not tacky anymore, but it's soft. I think it's cured to the point where I can put a second coat safely. Put a second coat on that. I did get around to doing the headlight fairing, and
the half fairing down here as well. Needs 2 coats, do it. Doesn't matter if you have to wait a few days, if you have to have a fan on or whatever. It's fine, it's all good. This is like a never-ending process. I've sanded this now down with 400 grit. Still a few little imperfections I can feel, and obviously the major ones are these ones that I've filled in here. Do you know what? I just wasn't happy. There was a slight indentation there and there's a slight one there, and I thought I might as well do it now rather than get past that stage. I know it's a little bit too late in the process to be doing things like this, but still, if I didn't do it, it would be bugging me on the final mould itself. And there are places which you can see I have gone slightly deeper again than what I had originally anticipated. When I'm getting these flat, I am actually finding these little high spots, and there's that little bit there, for example. It's fine, it's fine. You know what, I'm still going to polish it out. I'm still going to go up to 1500 grit, polish it. Like I said, it's a pain in the bum, but I might as well do it now. And here you go, here's another piece. There's another deep piece that was there. Might as well get it right. That is finally done. I'm finally happy with how it, oh, there's a bit of residue in the back. There we go. I'm finally happy with how that's taken shape. What I'm going to do now is coat it. It is completely smooth, gritted with 2000 grit. So I'm just going to put polish on it, run over it with a buffing wheel and see how that comes up. So we have this. This is for that front fairing. It's what we had before. It's a little bit on the big side now because that front fairing has been narrowed down probably about an inch, I'd say. So we need to take this top plate off, create a new template, and then put it in. And here is my beautiful split. That's the engine right there. As you can see, exactly like what we did before. Shaped a little bit different because obviously the shape has changed ever since we put the filler in. But we have a few gaps here. I've got a load of wax behind me here that I'm gonna take and just shape under there, fill up any cracks, and then it will be ready for us for our gel coat. This has now had 4 layers of wax, of mould release wax. So the mould shouldn't stick to this, I hope. Do that, then we'll be ready. And here is where I'm at. This is on. I've put a little bit of this wax around there. You can see how solid that is. That is usually really soft. It's gone really cold in here. And what's happening is that as I'm wiping away with this spatula to kind of, or mixing stick, to make a clean edge, like you can see that I'm doing on there, it is actually just breaking apart. It is that cold. So I'm going to stop this video right here, because there's no point in me struggling with this until it gets a little bit warmer. Just needs to raise a few degrees. All that is blocked up, and all I need to do then is just run this quickly across it when it's soft, and that's it. Put the gel coat on, then we can do that half of the split mould. Same with all these over here. And here is the fairing done as well. So a few things I didn't record. This headlight fairing has now been waxed, that's all done. This split mould has been done, so this is a 3-part split mould. That's one section here, goes up to that midpoint there. That's the second section once we remove that. And then obviously the third section is what is underneath there. There's a hell of a gap down there. I need to fill that up with wax. That's going to be challenging, but I'll get it straight, don't worry. There's a bit of a gap up there. That's it, and then obviously fill on these the rest. I have put foil on this only because I've run out of any polypropylene sheets or anything like that, but what I do have is enough ply. Ply itself is an absorbent material. Putting foil on it and then coating it with this mould release agent ensures me then that I'm going to get a nice smooth surface to actually join 2 moulds together. And that is the end of that video. That is where we're at. Hopefully it gives you an update of where we're at and preps you up for what the next few episodes are going to be. So that is all from me. Again, follow me on all these builds. The mongrel, which seems like it's going to be an exciting build the way it's progressing. Got the frame down here to be welded.
Also the Myco, that is in the back of my mind, not priority at the moment, it still is in bits, but we have everything powder coated on that. But we need to eventually vapor blast the engine when we get a chance to do that. So follow me on Instagram as well, you can see daily snaps of what's occurring in here. And also visit fotherboardindustries.com if you want to see if there's any merchandise that you want to buy that will support this channel. So until next week's video, everyone, spread some love.